Yeah, it's the season.
Yeah.
Niggas gon' dumb out. I'm riding with my gun out just in case I got
Oh, yeah.
bug out. I'm running with the hate.
What's up?
I ain't bring the love out. I'm cold.
Yeah. Y'all know what it is, B. Live at the barber shop. You know what I'm saying? We got another one for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to shoot out a couple numbers at y'all. You know, DJ Shabby, what up?
What's good, Pop? What's going on, man? How's everything?
What's good, B?
You already know.
How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Good, you know. Just trying to make the best of the things, you know what I mean? And just, you know.
We here.
Good. Yeah, we here.
Word. Can't do nothing better.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I mean, but we going to get better.
We're going to make it work.
Facts. Social Media House, live at the barbershop. Y'all already know what it is. Yo, the guest we brought to y'all tonight is my boy Mike from 112. Yo, Mike, what up?
Yeah.
Peace and blessings.
What's good with it, champ?
Hey, man, you know, ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
Yeah, man.
No Chinese chicken wings, though.
No Chinese.
No, we good on that. We good.
Yo, when the last time you had some Chinese food?
Oh, bro, listen, it's been a minute. Like, you know, that propaganda is crazy, bro.
That's right now.
Yeah. It's weird how little things play a part in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Like it's crazy, bro. Like you know, 1 minute you over at, you know, the Golden Dragon, and next thing you know, it's like, bro, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. Look at that twice.
We're gonna take a pause on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't want no
not tonight.
Nah, no sesame and all of that.
Tonight.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm regular fried.
You want Trump to eat it first.
Yeah. Word. Yo, man. Y'all got some dope albums, B. Y'all got some great history. You know what I'm saying? Let's start from the beginning, B. Like, when y'all first got with Puff, how was that energy on that? You know what I'm saying?
The crazy thing was, man, like a lot of people don't realize, man, Puff didn't really want to sign us initially. You know what I mean?
Man, that's crazy.
If you know, y'all, from what I can tell, and I'm assuming, but I'm assuming that y'all from up top. So if you were back in 94, 95, like when you saw the Bad Boy posters and stuff, you would see like it was just all hip hop. You know, that was his mantra. You know what I'm saying? That was his MO, all hip hop. So, you know, a lot of people were like scratching their heads when they was like, he's about to sign his R&B group, because Puff's whole thing was, you know, just strictly hip hop. So it took us to meet him a couple of times, chill out with him a couple of times, man, and we sang for him. And honestly, it was between Faith, Usher, and Kim Porter. They were the three that convinced him to sign us. You know what I mean? So that's where that all came. So big shout out to, you know, Faith, Usher, and the late great Kim Porter. You know what I mean? Because without the three of them, like, I don't believe Puff would have signed us with him. But once he got us, and once he realized what it was, man, it was just okay. I get it now. I understand it now. So, but it was crazy. You know what I mean? And just for the record, man, a lot of people, when they see that making the band, they think that, you know, like that was the worst of it. Nah, bro.
Nah, yeah, got it, right? That's crazy.
We were the first group. We was the first male group that he had, bro. So, you know, we would have easily went to go get some cheesecake if that's
Yeah, it's not even a question.
That's the easiest part of the situation.
Yeah, we was like cheesecake from Junior's, but I'll be right there.
Yeah. Know what I mean? Get a little lemonade for my walk back.
You know, it was, you know what? It just made us better. It just made us hungrier, because we saw how this man operated. Like, dude does not sleep. You know what I mean? Like, he does not sleep. Like, you know, a lot of people say that when they talk about, you know, their mentors or somebody that was influencer in their life, whatever, like, yo, man, my man did not sleep. Look, let me tell y'all something real. Puff does not sleep. You know what I mean? So like, you had to be working every time he saw you. So if it's 3 a.m, he's just coming from the tunnel. You know, like, you better have Cupid or Only You ready. You know, so by the time.
Yeah. Some hits.
Word.
There were plenty of times, man, I was in there, man, just bullshitting. You know, initially, you know, what I'm saying, he'll walk through that door and you like, he just start humming and singing.
Doing anything, yeah.
You just want to do the thing, man, that you was just like him, man, and you was working hard. So, but all jokes aside, like it just instilled that work ethic in us. You know what I mean? To where we felt like nothing was good enough. You always had to go harder. You had to provide, and we was always in the mind frame that we was always having to prove ourselves to everybody. Each album, no matter it went double platinum, triple platinum, whatever. In our minds, we still felt like we had to prove something to Puff. You know what I mean? So that's where the work ethic and that hunger and that drive came from. That came from him.
Fire.
Yo, that record y'all did with Big was bananas, son.
Man,
That changed everybody's lives, bro. That changed everybody's lives. Like you talking about like it's one thing when you got 4 country bumpkins from Atlanta, move up to New York. That's one thing. But then when we shut down Madison's when we shut down Times Square to shoot a video, you know what I mean? Like we literally shut Times Square down, bro, for it was like 15, 20 minutes where nobody could get in because they was just filming and everybody we had that Bad Boy had the illest street team
y'all had
available.
the wave, man. Y'all had the wave, bro.
Bro.
Still
I'm talking about we stopped traffic, bro. Like policeman was like, yo, we got it, man, we got this, son. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I ain't gonna front. I always loved y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all had that wave that was like, when you think about an R&B singer, know what I mean? Or y'all had that, B. Like, you know what I mean?
Word.
Like y'all had a swag that was like, yo, these dudes is not trying to be rappers, but they got this shit.
But they look like they were shooting nigga real quick.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I gave y'all so much props for that, B, because y'all was like the R&B group to be.
Yeah. Word.
Guys, see, a lot of people didn't realize either, man, that we came from like one of the illest parts of Atlanta. You ever want to come across, man. And so, we constantly fought. We were just fighting for no reason, bro. It was just sometimes we were just fighting just for the fuck of it, because you thought that R&B dudes were soft, and you know what I mean. It was like we just did it because, man, it was just in our nature to do it, because at the end of the day, like I might be an R&B singer, but I'm still from the A. You know what I'm saying? I'm still from Atlanta, I'm still from that area. Like it ain't Buckhead, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that was the mind frame that we had, man. And at the end of the day, man, we knew what we were. We knew we were R&B singers, and we knew that we were going to be the best R&B singers that were out, in our opinion. You know what I mean? So that's that's where all that came from, man. But definitely the swag just came from knowing that we could out sing everybody.
Yeah.
That shit was fire.
Well, when you guys was coming up, what was some the singers that y'all looked up to?
Oh man, listen, bro. We being from the South, you can't throw a stone without hitting the church somewhere, man. So that's pretty much where our mentality and our mind frame came from. So a lot of the artists that we initially gravitated towards were like Commission and Take Six, and Johnson Key, those artists. And then as we got older and as our music vocabulary got bigger, it was more Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway, Babyface, Jodeci, Boyz II Men. It was like those cats that really influenced us, to embrace R&B, because a lot of these cats weren't embracing. Either you was too far left with the R&B, or you was trying to be hard with the R&B. You know what I mean? And so we just wanted to be us. You know what I mean? And so we just found that in between, that medium, where you had the sound that came from the old school R&B church, and then you had the nuance from what Puff was bringing to the table with the the hip hop edge and the sense of urgency, whatever. So we just bridged those two gaps. Because back in them 80s, R&B was considered an old person music. You know what I mean? But then Jodeci and Boyz II Men came in, and they flipped it to where it was cool for you to be high school, or just a little older than that, and still appreciate it. You know what I mean? So that's where we fit into that, man. And we just took it to a whole new level. It made it cool for dudes to love R&B. You feel what I'm saying? Because like don't trip. Everybody loved R&B. Even the thugs love R&B, but they couldn't really say it. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't really say it in person. They couldn't say it. You know what I mean? But we made it to where it was cool for you to be able to say the stuff that we were saying and still be like on the thug shit too. So it was like, you know, that was the gift that, you know, the Most High gave us.
Yo, cause you could be in like in a club or something, and you had the roughest dude like, yo, what up, son? Yo, what's good, son? And then that cute, you know what I'm saying? You
Yo,
like
that
cute,
Cuban
man?
come on, yeah, you gotta sing. My nigga,
I'm
what?
gonna tell you something funny, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all something funny, bro. Like
Uh-huh.
this was part three, and we were Puff was doing the Bad Boy for Life video, and we were out in L.A. And the first time that we went, we saw we were going out to the video to do our part for it, whatever. And Ice Cube had rolled up. Ice Cube stopped everything, bro. He stopped, walked over to where we were, was like, "Yo, what up, man? Like I just got finished listening to y'all niggas. You know what I mean? Like
Some real gangster, NWA, nigga.
this is, you know what I'm saying? This is, American KKK. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is a bona fide, you know what I'm saying? This is a bona fide, you know what I mean? So for him to stop everything he was doing, come over and acknowledge us, man, and like, it was just surreal to be in that man's energy and just know, like, bro, like this man made a living on, just making people less than, you know what I mean? And
That's a fact.
he came over, man, and was the most humble dude, bro, and he was really a fan. Like he really like he was naming songs, like, you know what I mean? So so I felt like that was really cool, man. But that let us know that our music was impactful in a lot of genres and stuff, man. Because I would have never in a million years would have thought somebody like Ice Cube actually listened to 112. They do.
Niggas is making babies to your shit.
Word, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? It's like, but it'll be like the girl of she'll set it off. Like she'll be playing and then like you a nigga like, man, I ain't gonna turn it off. You know what I mean? Like,
You gotta rock to it. Now you home singing the shit in the shower, like
right. You know what I mean? But then come to find out that these dudes is girl I want to be with. Like they doing it too. I'm like, yo, like, our shit is legit. You know what I mean? So,
We're talking about Cube, you know what I'm saying? What's good with a 112 movie or a series? We gotta have either one.
Oh man, it's so much that has to go into that, bro. And honestly, man, I feel like the story ain't even done yet for us to, you know what I'm saying, to even have a conclusion to that shit. That should have to be like a part one, a part two, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's a series, Netflix or something more.
Story ain't over with yet. Like we chose not to do unsung because it for us it felt like if you do unsung it's like that's the end. Like it's like your that's your story, and I felt like the story wasn't over yet. So that's why we don't do a lot of those unsongs. We haven't done a movie yet, haven't done a book yet, and shit like that because it's like the story is still being written.
Okay. Well, the way y'all branded 112 was crazy because y'all had a little breakup and things like that. When dealing with a group, those things happen. But I love the way y'all always branded 112.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was about unity and no one person was bigger than anybody else in the group. Even though Slim may have sung the lead, but it was strategy behind it. Slim's voice was the most distinctive out of all our voices. So immediately when you heard his voice, you knew it was 112. Like at the name of this game, for a lot of, okay, kids, for the name of this game is called
okay, kids, listen.
Music business. So all these kids that want to be in the music business,
listen up.
If your ass want to sing all day in the club somewhere, you can go do that at somebody's bar or something like that, man. And hopefully they tip well or whatever, bro. But if you want to be in the music business, you have to do something that the other groups are not doing, bro, or the other musicians in your genre is not doing. And the fact that we put Slim on a lot of the lead, nobody else sound like this dude. You know what I'm saying? This dude, nobody sounds like this dude. So it was easily identifiable. You know what I mean? And that's that was like one of the smartest things, that it was smart on Puff's part to do that, and it was smart on our part to just let it ride and let egos aside, and you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I want to shine too and all this other stuff. Man, you're gonna shine by being in 112, bro. So
yeah. Everybody did their part.
Everybody's like the Bulls, bro. It's like the Bulls in the 90s.
Exactly.
Part, you know what I mean? But you couldn't do one without, the other at the point, man. So that's where the mind frame came from, bro. Like we, very big on sports and team unity and the whole nine and whatnot, man. And like the Bulls, basically it basically was the formula for how we, and put our music and just our way of life together.
Okay. Well, talking about being together, you know what I'm saying? Y'all did the Bad Boy tour. What's good with another
Yep.
one?
I don't think it's gonna happen, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, man, because
Mm-hmm.
we spoke to Puff before, and I don't want to speak, for that man or whatever, but the last conversation that we had, bro, it's like I got the impression that it was the last hurrah. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
'cause it took an awful lot to get that tour off the ground and
Yeah,
make it
yeah.
happen. Man.
That
It
shit
was
was
just a
dope.
lot.
That shit was dope.
And it was something that I felt like we all needed to do,
Mhm.
to put a cherry on top, if you will.
Yeah.
And but do another one, I don't know. It seemed I wouldn't turn it down, but at the same time, it just seems like, bro, it would be an awful lot to try to make that happen again, bro. Like that was
Mhm.
magic, to bring everybody back after 20
Word, that
years.
shit was fire.
Yeah.
That shit was fire.
Yeah, I love the way you and Jagged Edge did y'all thing and got on record and made that song. That y'all did y'all thing,
So,
B.
yeah, yo, bro, listen, man, we've been fans of Jagged Edge, man, since like we've known them dudes since '94.
Uh-huh.
When it was on.
They from Georgia too, right?
Yeah, they from Georgia too. You know what I mean?
Word.
So we knew them dudes, man, and they were singing in the same circuits we were singing in, man, and we just rolled, and it was just magic, and we just knew that once we got signed, it wasn't gonna be long before them boys got signed too, man. They was just that, just awesome or whatever. And so, for the last 3 years, we've been touring together as it's the whole machine is called The Experience. And it's
Mhm.
Jagged Edge, quote unquote, versus 112. So we've been doing this versus thing way before this
Before
coronavirus.
anything, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
We have been doing it anyway. So if you get an opportunity, once we get back on the road, because I am positive that, and I feel like that, everything is it's not gonna be back to where it was. I hope that it's better. But once we get back on the road and touring and stuff, man, like it'll be coming to a city near you where you see Jagged Edge and 112. Like we singing some of their
Fire,
songs, some
fire,
of our songs.
Mhm.
We're
fire.
all on the same page, singing together. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's a really great show, man, and it was something that a lot of people weren't anticipating because they thought that we were still like beefing and all this other stuff, man. But
Uh-huh.
it's time out for all that, man. We grown men with bills, bro. So
Let's
you
get
know
this
what I mean?
Facts.
money.
Get this
Word.
money.
Put that to the
Like,
side.
yeah,
Word.
bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's all our mentality was, man. And
Mhm.
at the end of the day, I'll never take anything away from them boys because they're great artists. You know what I'm saying? They hell of a singers and they're great artists, man. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to be on the same
There's,
stage. To be
there's
honest.
enough money out there for both of us.
Yeah.
For everybody.
That's a
Let's get
fact.
So, man,
it.
that's a lot of people don't, man. There's so much money out there, man.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Free money, bro. All you doing free money, man. All you doing is singing, bro. Come on.
Yo, yo.
Well, speaking of the money, what kind of things you got working on? You got some artists or some label? What you doing on the side?
Right now, man, I've been focusing on that real estate, bro. Like, and that's where my head is, man. And I wanted to do the artist development and all that stuff, man. But then I realized, thinking back, I said, man, I was an artist. I'm an artist as well, and I know I get on my fucking nerves. You know what I mean? So I just know,
Yeah.
I know
Yo,
if
I
I
be on
get,
that shit too, bro. Cause I be trying to
you know
help
what
out
I'm saying?
artists
Like,
too, my nigga, and these niggas don't get it. So I understand exactly where you
yeah,
coming from.
you feel me? So it's like, bro, listen. And I was on the mild side of it, bro. Like I was, all intents and purposes, I was like the coolest celebrity nigga you ever want to meet.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
Uh-huh.
yeah.
mean? So, and I knew that even with that being said, I was still an asshole. So I just know that, I get me an artist, man, that's super talented and they know it. Oh my God,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Forget about it. Yeah, out the
So
window.
you got the alpha male egos battling each other. Come on, bro. Like what if this nigga make way more money than me, like as an artist, whatever? Like
Yeah.
you gonna be listening? You ain't finna listen to me
He
no
ain't
more.
listening to shit.
Uh-huh.
What? It's out.
So yeah, so man, so I said, man, let me divert my energy somewhere else, man. So
Mhm.
I got with my business consultant and actually, Slim and a couple other guys, in the circle have invested in real estate out in Vegas, man, and so
Dope,
that's
dope.
been real profitable right now, bro.
So
Like
that's where
so,
it's at right now,
Mhm.
Vegas.
I'm giving y'all some free advice right now,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You know, so I normally charge for this shit, but I like
Come on, baby. You on live at the barber shop.
Come on,
Come on,
OG.
baby.
Come on, OG.
Get your shape up.
yeah, I fucks with you niggas, man. So, Vegas is where it's at, bro. If you got real estate, if trust me when I tell you, bro, it's like that is the place to do it now because it's real. Is I won't say it's cheap because that's the wrong word for it, but like relatively speaking, now's the time to get in because once that shit explodes, it's gonna be a wrap. And we figuring within the next 2 to 3 years, that's when that shit is really gonna explode out there, man. So if you can go get it out in Vegas, that's that new spot right now. You know how Atlanta was a spot like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Nah, it makes sense. It makes so much sense. Now that you're saying that.
It's everywhere, bro. It was
Yeah.
Charlotte one second. It was
That's crazy.
Nashville.
That's
You know what I'm saying? It's
crazy.
Vegas
Yo,
right now.
good look. Good
Yeah.
look.
Vegas right now. Please go do something in Vegas.
I see you in Vegas, partner.
See you in Vegas, partner. Word. Yo, y'all, you dudes' career was like mad consistent, son. You know what I'm saying? How was that laid out? Because you figured like every 2 or 3 years y'all came out with a multi-platinum selling album.
Well, the life expectancy of a record back in when we started is 2 to 4 years. That's the amount of time that a record label was willing to fund your project. You know what I mean? So you're talking about a 2.5, maybe 3, 2 to 3.5, year of them promoting your single. So promoting your album. So that's 3 singles, a couple of features. You know what I mean? Maybe a movie here or there, something like that, whatever, just to promote that one project. You know what I mean? So that's where the consistency, originated from. And because back then that was the mold in which they, promoted, the albums and shit, man. So it's like a 2 to 3 window, through 2 to 3 year window of when they would promote your shit. So that's where the consistency came from. And by the time you tired of singing that old shit anyway, and it's time for you to, do, after you've toured for about a year, after you promoted the album for 2 years, and it's just time for something. You can just tell when it's time for something new. You know what I mean? It just felt like 2 to 3 years was our window. You know what I mean? After we toured, after we promoted, after we did videos, and after we done spent all the bad boy money and shit. It's like it's time to get back and re-up. You know what I mean? So that's where that came in, bro. So yeah, that's where the consistency came from.
Okay.
Well,
shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all boys had a goddamn span of albums, B. You know what I'm saying? I know each one is gonna be like your baby. So which one would you say was like, all right, that was the most fun record in all total?
Part 3. Part 3 was the most fun.
Okay.
Well, the first one was the hardest because I always tell people it took me 19 years to make that album.
Yeah, it's
you know
pressure.
what I mean?
Yeah, it's pressure.
All that experience, that was fresh, that was new. You know what I'm saying? Nigga was just learning how to talk to a girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just got it down packed around 19. You just like,
Exactly. It was just a lot of life experiences that was just folded up in that album. So that was the most impactful one, but the most fun, I would say part 3, because at that point, you know what I'm saying, like you've been double platinum a couple of times. At that point we had toured with Whitney Houston, New Edition, Bone Thugs and Harmony. You know what I'm saying? Like so we was them niggas at that point. You know what I'm saying? 112. Like at first we was like 112, question mark. Now we was like 112 with an exclamation mark. You know what I mean?
Like we here.
He pulled up.
Yeah, like what you mean I can't get in this club? You know what I'm saying? Like
You don't know who I am.
Yeah, like it was that. We were smelling ourselves too at that point. Bro. Like, you know what I mean? Because you figure,
right? Fuck that, man.
I mean, you figure, if you had a resume of Peaches and Cream, Dance With Me, it's over now. You know what I'm saying? Back to back to back.
That's a fact.
So that part 3, man, that was an amazing ride, man. It really, because the reason why it was so important for us and it was so fun for me is because our independence was the most important thing that we wanted to showcase above anything. Because back then, even though we were part of the Bad Boy family and we loved it and it was awesome, or whatever, like a lot of credit was given to Puff more than the actual artist. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, he was due his credit for putting all of it together, but we was putting in work too. You feel me? So a lot of people just assumed that Puff was just, the puppeteer and he had the marionettes and, we were just like the puppets and just whatever he, however he wanted us to move, that's how we did it. And we just wanted everybody to know that we were instrumental in a lot of those songs being, hits. And we was instrumental in the vision of 112 and how we wanted to move forward and whatnot, man. So when part 3 came, bro, we were bucking on everything. It was like if Bad Boy said we wanted to go left, it's like, nah, we're going right. You know what I mean? Like that was just our mind frame, because we just wanted to do. They wanted us to record in New York. We was like, nah, we're going to Nashville. You know what I mean? And we recorded the album. Like we just wanted to just make sure that everybody knew that these hits were coming from 112 and not because Puff had made a decision, whatever, man. So that was the most fun for me, man, because I just I like setting shit on fire anyway, my nigga. You know what I mean? So what I mean? Like I'm a rebel anyway. So I love the fact that we were just letting everybody know, like, nah, this is us. Like we're the ones that's responsible for the success of this at the end of the day. Yeah, Puff was instrumental, and we appreciate that, and we won't take anything away from him. But we were in this thing too. You feel me?
Yeah.
Well, you got any new music coming out? Any solo projects that you're working
on? I'm working on an EP, and it should be out by the end of May. The shit is crazy, bro. I'm working with these young, hungry cats, and that's who I like to work with anyway, man. Just young.
Yeah, these young cats they got something, man. Some of them is doing what they got to do.
Like the minute, like, cause you know it, bro. Like working with artists, y'all already know. The minute they start smelling themselves, it's a wrap.
That's a fact, man. Yo, Mike.
that don't know how dope they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna shit on, I ain't taking away, like, get your credit, get your money, the whole nine, but I need your mentality to be like, I don't know what the fuck is going on other than this music. Bet I want to work with him. You know what I mean? So, so I'm working on that, and that'll be done by the end of May, man. And I'll be on Instagram, promoting it and whatnot, man. But that's what currently music wise, what we're working on right now, man. So
okay, dope.
Yo, how many fifth members did y'all have? I know going to city to city, you know what I'm saying? You always somebody get picked up like, yo, I'm the fifth member of 112, son. Like
I done heard it all, man. Like niggas well, bro, we finna be 113 now. Bro, listen, if I had $1 for every time I heard that shit, I wouldn't even be singing no more, bro. But yeah, like officially, we would say that Stevie J and DJ Rogers were our fifth and sixth members, man, because they were real instrumental in helping us. You know what I'm saying? Stevie gave us Only You. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Stevie's a beast.
Y'all gonna work with him again?
I mean, if he, Steve, bro, like it's hard to get at that man now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's hard to get it. It's hard to get at the guy now, bro.
Hollywood now.
It ain't like just come chill out at the crib, man, and we come up with something no more, man. It's like but it's it's all good, bro. But definitely, like we would love to work with him again. Tim and Bob, we would love to work with them again. It's a lot of artists. Puff, we would love to work with Puff again, man, because it's like that's where, like, if that shit ain't broke, then why the fuck we trying to fix it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, why y'all never did another record with Lil Zane? That joint was crazy.
No, that's a great question, bro. Like we did the one and that was
what kind of music do you bring to you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I still see Zane all the time. Zane performs with us a couple of times too, man. So, it's still all love and shit. But that's a great question. I have to ask him why we
was Zane in the A? Zane is in Georgia?
Yeah, Zane's in A right now.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all might need to make that happen, because that shit just sounded super dope.
That shit was nice.
Know what I mean?
Yeah. Zane, and look, Zane still got all his abs too, bro.
Yeah.
It's only right.
You can't tell I'm like nothing like that, son.
It's only
Zane
right.
Zane like 50 years old, and that nigga still got abs.
We gotta get Zane up here. We gotta
get Zane up here.
Like, you talking about a character, bro. Like, you want to have entertainment, bro. Get Lil Zane on the interview, bro. Like, I love
we gotta make that happen. We gotta make that happen.
Please make that happen, bro. Let me know when you do it too, bro. That shit, man, that's gonna be some funny shit. Zane is a character, bro.
Yo, Mike, you gotta hit him and tell him to do live at the barbershop, baby.
I got you. Do not worry. I'm gonna do this as soon as I get off with y'all. I'm gonna hit him.
Yo, y'all did a lot of collaborations. What would you say was like the collaboration that you know what I'm saying, that you was like, yo, that was it right there.
Yeah, like, yo, yeah.
Big. Word up. Big.
Big.
Big, right? Yeah.
Forget about it. Like that dude was such a genius, bro. It boggles my mind how, like, bro, like when you hear artists nowadays say, yeah, man, I don't use no pen, I don't use no pad or nothing like that or whatever. Big originated. Like that shit originated from Big. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in the room with him. You know what I mean? Where he what's that joint? I got a story to tell. My 112 CD blast.
Yeah.
Wrote the rest. Like we were actually in the room when he did that. Like the shit. I'm talking about, nigga. They had like okay, so you know at the time like we wasn't smoking and drinking and none of that shit, right? So we went into the room and it's like smoke. It's like up to your, you know, like it's from your waist up.
Yeah.
You can't really see anybody. We were trying to figure out who is what. Like, you know, niggas around. I said, oh, that must be Big over there. So I'm like, what up, my nigga? You know what I'm saying?
Gotta be Big over there, yeah.
So he's sitting over in the corner. He ducked off, and it's like Junior Mafia's in there. Everybody's in there, man. They just laughing. Everybody chiefing, drinking, having a good time. Yada 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 yada. And the engineer, it was Junior Mafia, Big, and an engineer, the white boy. He was baked out of his fucking mind. That's all they did. They just smoked. They smoked for like 8-9 hours, man. And Big just all the while, like he, you know, they passing the blunts and whatnot. And Big's just sitting there. He ain't saying nothing to nobody. He just sitting there smoking whatever. And it's like 4 a.m. This nigga gets up and say, "Yo, I'm ready." And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, he must be ready to leave. But you know, he was like, "I'm ready to get into the booth."
Yeah.
He got in the booth, and then what he was doing, man, he was listening to everybody's stories. Everybody just talking. And that nigga came up with a story. And he went in there and came up with, I got a story to tell. Like that was that day I seen this shit. I said, bro, listen, like I'm great at what I do. I'm a bona fide A-list singer. I couldn't do that shit. Like you could, like if you put a gun to my head, you couldn't make me do some shit like that.
That's
you know
crazy,
what I mean?
Man.
So that was just the genius and the gift that, you know, he was an orator. You know what I mean? Like he was a lyricist, like he was a poet, bro. Like he was a hood poet. You know what I mean? And it was just amazing to see how this man really operated, bro. Like I never seen it. You know what? I take that back. The only other time I saw that shit, Faith Evans did that shit. And that's shit's crazy how, you know, that's full circle, whatever. But Faith does that. Faith don't write shit either. Like she just go in the booth and she'll just, you know, some shit will just come to her head and she'll just knock that shit out too. I seen that shit twice in my life. You know what I'm saying? It was Faith and it was Big that did.
Crazy, that was official. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no better than that.
Nigga. Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of dudes that did some records with 112 and the Big joint was I think that might have been my favorite too.
Yeah, bro, forget about it, bro. Big B.I. That was like that's when we knew. Like once we heard like his 16 on that shit, we was like, bro, we out of here.
This is us, yeah. Come on, nigga.
Yo, I know the crowd be going crazy when y'all perform that.
Hey man, to this day still, bro. Like 25 years later, man, when you hear that boom, boom, boom.
That's it. That's all you need to hear. I'll be in the barbecues like this.
Word.
That's it, man. Like that shit is weird. I'm telling you, that shit is crazy, bro. To this day, you hear that shit come on, bro, and it's like, wow. I remember where I was when, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then so that's how we knew we got them, because you know niggas would come up to us and tell us like, yo, bro, I remember where I was, man, when I first time I heard Cupid. I remember where I was when I heard Anywhere for the first time. Peaches and Cream dance with me. You know what I'm saying?
Like, fire, man. Like
bro,
history,
it's a great
history.
It's a great feeling to be relevant, Steve. You dig? You know what I mean?
Yo, y'all got like wedding music, so it lasts forever. You know what I'm saying? Like people gonna get married forever. So y'all live forever.
Barbecues are gonna happen forever, my nigga. That's some great barbecue music, my nigga. Listen, I DJ.
Word up.
So you get that 112. You're like, Oh shit.
Word.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
That's a fact. Yo, let's talk about mojitos, man. You had me chuckling today. I did my ones and twos, you know what I mean, to you guys,
Uh,
looking at a bunch of stuff, and I ain't gonna front the mojito story, like
oh.
that stuck in my head, B.
Yeah, bro. Like, that shit was real funny, but like that's
Word.
the whole 112 jacket thing, man. Like what we was talking about earlier. Like shout out to my brother Cal, man. Let me just tell y'all something. Bro. Like I love Jagged Edge, but out of all of them, man, Kyle is my nigga. Like Kyle,
Mhm.
Kyle is a nutcase like I am, bro. Like in the funniest way, bro. And he was at that point, like I said before, at that point we was quote unquote supposed to be beefing. You know what I mean? And so Kyle was like, he had enough of that shit. We had some shows in the Bahamas, and I guess Kyle felt like, man, enough was enough. Like I know these niggas, I love these niggas. Like the fact that we ain't really rocking out right now is crazy. I need to say something. You know what I'm saying? So he like, which one of these niggas is I'm gonna say this shit to? He's like, I'm gonna go to Mike. So you know what I'm saying? So this nigga, like I'm in my room, just I got in my room and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like not even worry about no shit, right?
Yeah.
Phone. This nigga called on the phone, boy. He said, "Hey, Mike, right? This Kyle." I said, "Nigga, I know who it is. What's happening? Hey, meet me downstairs."
Mhm.
I said, "Oh shit,
Mhm.
it's go time. Today is the
Out
day." You know.
outside, trying to go outside.
You know what I'm saying? When a man call you out like that, there's only one or two ways this shit can go, bro. We can do it. My mind, I'm like, I said, okay, where you want to meet? He was
Mhm.
like, man, by the pool. So I was like, all right. So apparently this nigga don't know that I know how to swim.
Uh-huh.
So we gonna be by the pool. If this nigga try to drown me and shit, like it's all good. I know how to swim. So be by the pool, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I met him. We sat there for a little while, but he's like, "What you want to drink, bro?" So I was like, I don't really know, bro." He's like, I'm gonna get you something." I said, "Oh shit, they gonna put something in my drink." I said, I see the okie doke, bro. I see the banana in the tailpipe. I said, bro, here it come, bro.
Yeah.
So the niggas brought me a mojito. Bro. I said, bro, what's this? He's like, this mojito. I said, bro, what the fuck is a mojito? All right, let me drink it.
Uh-huh.
Drank the shit. I said, okay. Little mint, little, you know what I'm saying? Little, like this shit, all right.
Mhm.
So we sat there for about 30 seconds, a minute, something like that. Nigga looked at me and was like, bro, you know y'all started that shit, right? You know y'all niggas started that shit. It is true. It's true. We did start the shit, but
Mhm.
at the end of the day, man, I was just glad that, Kyle was like he was man enough, to try to talk that shit out on some grown man to grown man. Let's go get this money as opposed to let's try to fight these niggas every time we see them, like
Yeah,
type shit, man.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
everybody really wants to know what the truth, man. Kyle really was the one that really catapulted that whole like like let's iron the shit out with 112 and let's end this whole quote unquote beef shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it was because of that I was able to go back to 12 and be like, hey man, look, boy, them boys don't really they ain't trying to fight. They don't want to, they don't want to do no beef. Man.
Yeah.
And so let's just let this shit ride, man. And you know what I'm saying? And after that, man, everybody was all good and we had mojitos the entire time. Like, man, fuck all that, Hennessy and shit. Nigga, bring us around the mojito.
Mojitos. I hope you got a lot of mint. Word.
Mojito made us get to the money, bro. So fuck that shit. Give me a mojito.
Straight up. Straight up. Yo, that story had me bugging this morning, yo. I was
I'm
cracking
telling
up all
you,
day.
I'm telling you, bro. That shit, bro. We got a million on, bro. Like, but that shit was that shit right there was some funny shit because that shit played out like a what his name? Charlie Murphy True Hollywood Story.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck your couch, nigga.
Your couch, nigga. Fuck your couch.
Fuck your couch, nigga.
Funny
Yo.
as hell, bro. Like, when I sit back and I talk to them niggas about it, man. You remember that time, bro? we sat out there at the pool and had mojitos and shit like that. Like we talk about that shit all the time, but it's good times though. Straight up.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yo, y'all been around the world and back, B.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's the next step after this whole pandemic is over?
Well, we were supposed to be in the UK right now. We're supposed to be in the UK right now, and with Jagged Edge, as a matter of fact. And you know that shit just fucked all the money up, bro. Like I ain't even gonna like, you know what I'm saying? It's a good thing niggas save money, bro.
Yeah, that's it. Right. Yeah.
Because this shit, it screwed it up for a lot of people, and a lot of people lost their jobs and losing their asses right now, bro, because of this shit, man. Just thank God that I was able to, say the way that I did, man, and did things the smart way. But yeah, we were supposed to be overseas right now. We were supposed to be in the UK right now, and then once we got back, we were gonna do this 20-city tour, and then we were gonna do our own tour, us and Jagged Edge, in the fall. So hopefully we can crank that shit up for 2021. But right now, this bug got everybody fucked up right now.
Hell yeah. Well, we got DJ Shavi in the building. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I told Shavi that we was doing an interview. I was like, he was like, 112, what? Yo, I fucked with them, son. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Shavi, you got something to ask Mike?
Yo, Mike, what's the craziest place y'all been and the crazy experience y'all had on tour? You know what I'm saying? I like because we got a nice conglomerate over here. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to go on tour with these niggas. You know what I'm saying? But what's the best vibe? Best spot, you know what I'm saying? Don't gotta be nothing crazy, but what's your best time on tour, traveling, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the best places by far would be Canada and Australia. Canada and Australia. Australia, man, listen, the women down there, boy, chez magnifique. You know what I'm saying?
Magnifique.
That's a whole other level, bro. They dimes down there, bro, and don't even know it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, they might know it now because they on YouTube and they watching all this crazy shit. They trying to simulate a lot of this shit. We be telling them yo, don't do that shit. Stay Australia. You know what I'm saying?
Stay your ass down here. Yeah, stay your ass down here.
You get wiped up if you stay Australia. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Canada's dope too. You know what I'm saying? With Canada, I love Vancouver, Toronto. I just love Canada. Period. The UK is cool too, but I'm gonna tell you a story about it. The UK, it was our first album, and that's when the mania. That's when kids was like it was that B2K type shit. That pandemonium. So we was at a meet and greet. Signing some CD. Like I'm dating myself now. Signing CDs and shit. But we were signing CDs, and the police was just nervous about whether or not they were gonna be able to control the crowd and shit, because the shit was just becoming you could just feel the wave of people just getting closer and closer to our asses.
Bro, that's fire.
So the police was at this point they couldn't carry pistols, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't carry guns over in the UK. So it was just them Bobby sticks and shit. That was it.
That's it. What?
The horse talking to niggas, that was it. You know what I'm saying? Don't you dare, that type shit. Nigga, it was Bobby Sticks and Stern talking to nigga, that was it. You know what I mean? So we was so the police was yo, we gotta get him up out of here, bro. We ain't gonna be able to hold back this wave of these adolescent, girls just, screaming and all this other shit. So we realized when we had our crazy asses, we were like, you know what, we gonna run. You know what I mean? We're gonna make it seem like some shit just happened.
Real
right?
Beatles shit, yeah, real Beatles. Yeah.
Us just walking like normal people to our fucking, vehicles and shit. We was like, nah, bro, on count of three, we just run. And as soon as we did that shit, bro, they just lost. And then, so we jumped in the van. Everybody jumped in the van. It was all fun and all this other shit. They were beating on the van and all this shit. So we told the dude to take off, and he finally took off and shit. What we didn't realize is, man, it was a girl still holding on to the back of a van. The van. Man, her tuck and roll game was real mean, bro, because she rolled out of that shit so fast. It was like a 10-pointer, bro. Like, you know, that was a miles, bro. Like, I think that was like her older sister or some shit, bro. The tuck and roll game was mean, bro, because like we threw her ass off that van though. It was I mean, we was like, oh shit, we gonna go to jail, and she jumped right up. I love y'all. It was like, okay, she's good.
She's
You know?
good. Yeah, she's good. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, that was like one of the craziest that I did just off the top of the dome. That's how I can remember that shit was crazy.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yo, did you see the movie Janky Promoters?
No, I haven't seen that shit.
Well, I know dealing with doing music. You know what I'm saying? You deal with a lot of promoters. Who was the
Yep.
jankiest promoter that would
How you putting on blast?
that
like
would
this,
come
bro?
up to your head? You ain't gotta tell us a name or nothing. Just
Yeah, like I don't be knowing their names, but I will tell you the type of,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it be the ones that, the dope dealers that's got a little money.
Yeah. We know those guys. Yeah.
Don't be the ones right there, the ones that,
Word
that prep on to come up real quick and got like 20 racks real quick that they just need to, I don't know, clean or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
They'll hit you with the oldie wop, you know what I mean? They hit you the first time and shit. Then they expect you to get on stage and shit, you know what I'm saying? On the stage that barely got a stage on it. And then they tell you, now we're gonna need the rest of your shit after, we get off stage. Like, nah, but it don't work like that, bro.
Yeah.
So now you got you in this nigga city, you know what I'm saying, with all his people, you know what I'm saying? And you got one or two. You can either just get in your shit and just take off and go home without the rest of the other half of your shit, or you can just, perform and then just gamble with that shit and see, you know what I mean, what's gonna happen with us. So it's been a few times, man, where we had to make, decisions on both ends of that shit. Like, we just knew like, all right, bro, this man ain't got our money. They still want us to perform. You know what I'm saying? We got our vehicles, bro. We 4 hours from the crib. Let's just, let's just, or like you call them on their bluff. It's like, all right, bro, we did our shit where our money is. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. That was like in the beginning of shit, man. But those were the kind of promoters that we just did not want us. But those were the niggas that we could, get that 10, that 20 grand without, you know what I'm saying, like Uncle Sam knowing what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, sneaky 20.
Yeah, we
Our
like,
old friend Stanford said, give me my money in a briefcase.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, just give me 9,999. You know what I'm saying? When that shit goes to that 10, for the Lord,
pushing it.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, those are the promoters, bro. So yeah, just another free one for y'all, man. Like, you start like those drug dealing promoter niggas, man. Avoid them niggas if you can.
He said avoid them niggas.
Just gotta go.
How he said trouble.
They gotta go.
Avoid them niggas. Viewer discretion is advised, bro.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? To take it to another note, you know what I mean? If you could tell a youngster coming up, you know what I'm saying, give him some knowledge, what would Mike tell him?
Mike would tell him or her, that you have to be stoic and you have to be firm in what you believe in, but you also have to be flexible. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the motherfuckers that are arms folded. No, this my music, this my sound. I'm not changing shit for nothing. Go fuck yourself. And those are the niggas that when a hurricane comes through, they if you're a tree, you the ones that get knocked over versus the palm tree who flows with the motherfucker and flows with the time. You know what I mean? Like, those are the ones that's gonna survive the shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's the best analogy that I can pretty much give, man. You gotta have a bend but don't break mentality when it comes to negotiating. Because that's all this shit is. It's a negotiation. You know what I mean? You gotta build yourself up to make them believe that you the hottest new shit, but don't overplay your hand to the point where these motherfuckers don't want to fuck with you. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
yeah, so I would tell a youngster that's being in this business, know what it is that you're talking about, be firm in, but understand that the next motherfucker is right behind you and shit. So if you don't want to play ball, because you're gonna have to play ball with these folks, like it's a negotiation. Like, I used to call it a negotiation. You know what I'm saying? Because like your black is gonna have to negotiate in order to, you know what I'm saying, in order to make this shit happen, bro. But there's a lot of money to be made, but just understand, man, that a good negotiation, it stems from both sides not getting everything that they want. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good contract. That's a good negotiation. I come in and you got everything that you want and I ain't get shit, that's not a good negotiation. So
Yeah.
I would just say that to a lot of these kids that's coming in, you have to know your history, understand that that people came before you in this shit, man. So you're not reinventing the wheel. They're telling you that you do shit, what I'm saying, for a reason. And you may be the shit, but there's
exactly.
another nigga that can do the shit too. You know what I mean? And they're willing to do what we tell them to do.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying you should have a bend but don't break mentality with this shit, man. Be flexible enough to know when and pick and choose your battles and shit.
Well, over here a lot of the barbershop, we like to ask different MCs, what I mean, singers, stuff like that. So we're gonna ask Mike if you got a top 5 rappers of all time, dead or alive.
Big KRS-One, um, Q-Tip, Andre 3000.
Oh yeah. Also, I'm
Eminem.
glad that you said that. You know what I'm saying?
You said who? Eminem.
Eminem.
Okay.
Eminem. Okay, fire.
I know you said Big. You got a favorite Big song?
My favorite Big song is the What with Method Man.
Yo, that shit was fire.
I like that. That's fire.
That nigga, well, man, listen, bro. And as a requisite, bro, you had to know Big lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Being on Bad Boy, that nigga died. It's like, bro, listen, I saw an episode of Making the Band, and Puff was like going in on the niggas because they didn't know Big.
They didn't know the fucking. How do you not? Yeah, like come on.
Yeah. So 12 was looking at the episode like, yo, how the fuck do you not know this shit? You're like, what do you mean? Like, we got a tribute part in our show right now where we play a lot of Big records and shit. Nigga, I'm rhyming word for word on that shit. Nigga, like I wrote that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, the What with Method Man, bro. That's I think that was that's that shit. And Who Shot You? That shit was them shit right there, bro.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yo, what's crazy too to talk hip hop shit is that at that time Meth was like the hottest rapper that you could be like, all right, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me go to Meth and get a joint, and then here comes Big, and he just like slid in that seat, B.
Right.
Real decent.
Right. Yeah, absolutely, bro. When I speak on who's my favorite rappers, I like lyricists. You know what I'm saying? I like poets. The niggas sound like poets to me. You know what I'm saying? Even like it. I know I call Eminem a nigga, but you know what I mean. But but like those niggas is poets to me, bro. Like like they just created, like it was just poetry to me, man. Like even like Jadakiss, like that nigga's a poet, bro. You know what I mean?
Word.
Like it's that type shit. Big L. You know what I'm saying? Like them niggas are poets, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a fact.
like that's the type of shit that what I'm saying. Like I I love listening to, man. I love listening to, because just thinking if these niggas were born in the 1940s, they'd be like Howard Hughes. You know what I'm saying? Like they would be Langston Hughes. Bro. They'd be like Langston Hughes and all these other some niggas back then, bro. So that shit was just amazing to me, man. How these dudes just were before their time. 3000 definitely was before his time.
Stacks, word, bro. I love when people say 3 Stacks because he's so underrated. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's so underrated, bro.
Hip hop world, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? Like that nigga.
Absolutely.
Boss. And you being from the A, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's only right. Like
yeah, absolutely. And I watched, I watched the whole play go down, bro. It's like Big and 3000 was dope, and Cash, bro. It was just something about 3000, bro. It just his energy, his delivery, his flow, it made you think at the same time too. But it's like, man, how the hell did he come up with this? You know what I'm saying? And it was just amazing just to see that evolution. And so a lot of the shit he was talking about, like, nigga, I rode by Hitler in the low the other day, nigga, like that. I used to ride by that shit, go holler at my, my little hoes and shit, man, back in the days. So 3000 was, he definitely he made us proud to be from the A. You know what I mean? Like he made us proud. Like he was considered, one of the ones, like the ones that knew he was right up there with the New York rappers and the rappers from LA, and he was right up there, bro. Like, so he just made us proud to be, him. He was like from there. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, shit, talking about from there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all came from the A, moved to New York. I ain't gonna front. I thought y'all was from 112th Street,
I
B.
thought they was on the block too. I ain't gonna front. In the beginning, I was like, these niggas is definitely from the block.
Word. Like, yo, they from 112th Street, B. And you would argue with a person, be like, I'm trying to tell
I
you,
see them
son.
niggas over there. Word.
They,
I used to chew with auntie. I used to chew with
yo,
auntie.
son, I know it's mom's, B.
Hey, cause ain't 112, ain't that like Spanish Harlem or something
Word,
like
boy.
that? Yeah. So yeah, we used to be up there all the time and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was crazy, but nah, man, we used to get that all the time. That, yo, them niggas is for 112, B. 112, B. Like them my niggas, bro. I grew up with them niggas. No, you didn't.
Yo, I done heard that story a million times, B. I'm telling you, son, I know it's mom's, B. I'm trying to. You're not listening. And they be like tapping your chest, like, right there.
I take you right there.
Word, I take you there.
Oh, let me
Yeah,
call.
straight up, bro. But nah, bro. ATL born and raised, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like the 112 came from that club 112 on Cheshire Bridge.
Word.
And Buckhead. That's where it came from, bro. So the reason why we called it, we wanted to be synonymous. The shit didn't work, but we wanted to be synonymous with Atlanta, and we felt like 112 was like the one place that was really synonymous, that everybody who was coming into Atlanta, they could identify, like everybody that came in from LA, from New York. Hey man, they go to 112. They go to 112. So we wanted to associate ourselves with, you know, then the A with that shit. So, you know, like I said, it didn't work because like the New York niggas thought we was, you know, the street. You know, and then we signed with you know, a label from up top, and not So Def or not LaFace, or you know what I'm saying. So we signed with a New York base, so they just automatically knew that we was from up top.
Had to be,
You know,
the way I was on the tracks, nigga. Like,
I was like, nah, son. Yeah,
gotta
I'm
be
you,
from
son.
up here.
I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you're not listening to me, B. I know it's mom's. Ah, man. Yo, hip hop is crazy.
Yeah,
yo,
man.
if you could be like, all right, yo, this is what hip hop did for me, what would Mike say?
Say that one more time for me, bro.
If you say, all right, sit back and relax and be like, yo, this is what hip hop did for you.
What it did for me,
Yeah.
hip hop gave us a voice, bro. Hip hop gave us a voice, man. So it was a voice for the voiceless. You know what I mean? Because so many times, like a lot of this shit that's going on right now, bro, like back in the 80s and 90s, we couldn't say that shit until NWA, you know what I'm saying, made it to
got
where
a nigga's ass like this.
trying to be politically correct.
No homo.
But the truth of the matter is, man, they got in them niggas' ass about that shit, bro. It's like straight up, like, you know, it made people listen. The people that needed to listen, it made them listen. You know what I mean? And so that's what it did. Definitely did. Hip hop did for us, man. It just gave us a voice, especially in the South, because you know before Cass and before Goody Mob, you know, we weren't really respected like that in the game. Like, yeah, but like, you know, Luke from, you know, Two Live Crew and shit, you know what I mean? And we had our Atlanta rappers and whatnot, but we weren't really respected. Like, you never really, we were never in the debate as who was the illest rapper, you know what I mean? So, until Cass and Goody Mob came through, bro, like, we were just known for making booty music and stuff, man. And it was cool and whatnot, man, but we really had more shit that we wanted to say. And if you go back and listen to that Soul Food, that first Goody Mob album, you know what I mean? And
Go and get your soul food.
Come on, bro. Like you understand what time was, man. We was on some shit back then, but you know, we still wasn't getting the respect, you know, and that just drove us to go even harder, and you know, it just made us want to ride for our team even harder, man. So hip hop definitely gave us that outlet, you know, and gave us that voice that we needed.
Okay. If you said, all right, yo, 112's mark was to finish that sentence, yo.
112's mark was.
Cause that shit major for me. That shit,
Wow,
you know what I mean? I got so many memories of 112. Driving down 125th.
I'm about to give you a memory,
yo,
nigga.
I bagged the shorty. Like,
prom
made a
dance,
kid.
nigga. Prom dance.
Yeah. Yo, I ain't gonna front. Yo, Mike. Yo, when I hear that Cupid, yo, my wife be like, oh my God, like enough. Like I be driving, I be like, Cupid. Like I be singing like all the parts. Like I know it go like bass.
you the fifth member. Like
yeah, I'm the bass,
fifth
the
member.
lead.
Yeah.
Fucking y'all
Right.
song up. Fucking y'all song all up. But I love y'all dudes.
Word, man.
Straight up, bro. Straight up, bro. That's all good. But like,
Yeah.
like I said, man, that was the fact that we got niggas can talk about R&B music, aside from being around his old lady, man. Like that's some real ill shit,
Yeah,
man.
man.
But what I will
Like,
say is,
on
to
some
answer
real
your
shit,
question,
like put the
Yeah,
money
yeah.
aside, man. Like making dope music is so ill. Like where people could you know what I'm saying? Like literally get chills. Like a chemical balance could like really fuck up your, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Over a song, my nigga. Like that shit is crazy, bro.
That's a fact.
absolutely, bro.
Salute
Like
to y'all, man.
there's no
Salute
way,
to y'all, bro.
Salute.
there's no way to logically explain that shit, bro. It's just because
Word.
it's more feeling, it's more nuance. You know what I mean? It's more, you can't mathematically explain that shit away. You know what I mean? Because you can have a song that has all the criteria for it to be a hit song, and he's like, man, I can't stand that fucking shit. And then
yeah.
and then you get a song like Cupid that's got five fucking instruments in it. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, wow, this shit was amazing. But it's like we was fucking around when the reason why we wrote Cupid is because we couldn't afford Babyface, my nigga. Like that was the reason why like we went to go holler at Babyface with Puff.
Yeah.
We went to his house in LA and we sung for him and he was like, yo, y'all sound good. It's gonna be $100 grand.
Damn.
And we were like, and this at this point, this is when Babyface was like, he had just did Waiting to Exhale and
Forget about it. Yeah, forget about it. Wait to exhale, my nigga. That soundtrack was crazy. Yeah.
So,
Like
so
drink his tea like this.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. We're gonna hit you with that Dr. Evil on your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, well, that's not gonna happen. So we like, well, listen, we can do this shit ourselves, and that's what if you listen to it, bro, like Cupid is in the same key as When Can I See You Again?
Oh shit, Mike.
Word bar.
My nigga, did I just blow your mind with that shit?
You see, I'm sitting back. I ain't gonna front, Mike. I'm sitting back, sipping on my wine. You know what I mean? So when you did that, I'm like, yo, son, I'm in front stage. Like, yo, that's my man, son.
That's
my
man.
I know it's mine.
Yeah, that shit originated from that, bro. We came back to New York and we just listened to Babyface like the entire day, man. And that was a song that we queued in on. That When Can I See You?
Crazy, son.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's where that shit came from.
Yo, I ain't gonna front, Mike.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The first time I heard that song, I'm like, yo, Babyface wrote this for them. Cause I really listened
on
to
some
it.
dope shit. Word, my nigga. Like, yo.
And that was the goal. That was the goal, my nigga. Like, we wanted a record that like felt like that we had just spoke to that nigga and he was like, nah, bro, like, I need 100.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For one record. And
So I know that motivated the fuck out of y'all to like, yeah, Babyface 100, yeah, take this.
Yeah, we need
take
100,
that, take that, no
budget.
pun.
Yeah, the budget was dead, bro. So we was like, yeah, all right, you know what I'm saying? So we went back home and listened to that nigga shit and hear what you said and I swear that it. Yo, girl, if I told you I love you,
I need that.
That's official.
He was like, I need that.
Yo, Mike, that's official.
You need that.
Remember when we was in middle school and you had
I need that. I need
on
that.
112, on 112.
Yo, that's hilarious, man. Yo, this is hip hop, B. You don't get no better than this, yo.
Hip hop.
Yo, you know what I mean? You had sparked something in my head, and y'all was talking about recording on that and Reel to Reel.
Right.
It's a group of y'all, B. So who was the group member that was tearing up those tapes? Like, yo, you wasting money with the tapes. Cause I heard it a few times. I make music. You know what I mean? Who was hearing it in y'all group?
Puff didn't allow that shit, bro. Like, you know, you had to do that shit in like 3 takes, my nigga. Like, you had
you had no time to waste.
no
No time.
around and like, because it was only so many shots that you had. Like, you fuck around and fuck, you wasn't on that song. You know what I'm saying? So
he's spending off,
Puff whole shit was like, you know, he threatened to send our asses back to Atlanta. You know, every time we like.
Yeah, niggas is going straight back down there.
That nigga was like, y'all niggas want to go home? Y'all niggas ready? Y'all niggas packed? We was like, yo, what we going home for? Like, y'all niggas is fucking up, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So we like, there's been too many takes, bro. Like the reels.
Puff, man. Shout to Puff, bro.
Some room on them takes, nigga. The real, bro. Like, you wasn't fucking up, bro. You fuck up, you out of here.
Yeah.
Like, niggas was walking around, eyes all big, like slaves and shit. Like, nigga, you better fuck up, man.
Yeah.
You heard, boss. You better get this shit right.
Yo, that is hilarious, B, because you know the new millenniums, they don't understand that kind of work ethic. You know what I'm saying?
Idea, man.
Like, dog,
they
you
have
had
no fucking idea.
You had to been practice this shit. Like, you can't come to the studio
a million times
and be creative.
A million
Like,
times.
you go to the studio, that's to lay songs.
It's no,
And
Exactly.
you practiced already.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, the song had to be done for you because you wasting time. Like, so when I used to tell these the youngest and shit, like, we would be in the studio 18, 20 hours and shit. Niggas were like, for fucking what? You know what I mean? They didn't understand that we was doing that shit off of dats and reels and shit.
Reels,
like,
yeah. I had to explain to the young guy earlier today, or maybe like a couple days ago, actually, about the reels, my nigga. That shit is like, it's different. It's so much different.
It's different, bro. And it's like they don't understand. This was an art form to be an engineer back then. That shit was a real art form, bro. Like, you had to actually cut a fucking piece of tape.
The fucking tape, my nigga. Niggas don't respect this shit. Yo, Mike, niggas do not respect this shit, bro. You had to cut a tape to fucking.
But you know what? I blame technology, bro. I blame technology because once Pro Tools came in, bro, it was over for all that. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
We have systems nowadays, bro, and we'll start at like 5 at night and be done at 9 at night. And shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck just happened? Like, what? Like, I don't. You need to talk to somebody. Y'all don't want me to do another song, nigga? Like, what the hell? Like, what we do 4 hours? That ain't no work, you know? So I'm bugging out or whatever. Like, the song done, nigga. Like, what else you supposed to do? Shit, on this bitch, we done. I'm like, bro, can I do something else, nigga? You want me to mop up?
Let me sweep something, nigga. Like,
I gotta feel like I'm in the studio, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But that's the world we live in now, bro. This whole instamatic fucking world we live in, bro. It's like, you 4 hours in the studio, bro. You actually pushing it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's how it is. Definitely
pushing
how
it.
it is right now.
You better did 2 or 3 songs.
Then that 4.
Exactly. Word up. Like, that's really the mentality that these young niggas have, bro. So I just don't get it, man. Like, this ain't the world I grew up in, man. I dig it. You know what I mean? And you actually are doing less work and it can be more successful. But the truth of the matter is, bro, I love the grind. I love the fact that I was in studios 12, 13 hours and shit. You got to know niggas at that point.
Yeah, exactly. You living with these, it's your family now. You really great, you know? Word.
I made my bones in the studio, my nigga. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do that in 4 hours a day. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a session tomorrow. I got a session tomorrow, 5 to 9. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
To me, man, 5 to 9.
5 to 9, nigga. That's a tip job, nigga. Yeah. So, you know, but we gonna figure it out, you know what I'm saying? But it's just crazy. I'm just from that world. And it's crazy because I saw that world and I see this world, and it's like, you know, it's just crazy to see that whole vibe, bro. Like, coming from to DAT machines to fucking Pro Tools to now, it's like, well, listen.
Facts.
You know,
I get the same thing because with the DJ shit, like I started 21 years ago, bro. Like, we had to carry crates, and that was you had to have a DJ crew. You know what I'm saying? If you had a DJ crew, forget about it. Like,
absolutely. No, word up, bro. Because my DJ now, DJ Lucky Calhoun, he actually used to DJ would travel with the Beastie Boys and shit. Like, this nigga's a real spinner. Like, he really spins the ones and twos for real. So like, he understands that whole plight, bro. Like that actually spinning. Like, this nigga actually spin records, like real records.
Yeah.
So
Fire.
yeah, so we tell I get it, bro. I totally get it. This shit is I don't know, man. Like I just sit back and say, man, y'all niggas realize just how much more dope we would be if we had that social media world
Facts.
right now
Had
back
this
then
20
and
years
shit.
ago.
Yeah.
My nigga, come on, man. Peaches and cream.
Yeah.
Word.
Yo, speaking about music, you know
Say
what I'm
again.
saying? Speaking about music, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? R&B is what it is, you know what I'm saying? What do you feel about the current temperature in R&B right
I
now?
don't like it.
This temperature, bro, it's like a little lukewarm to me. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, because
Mhm.
you got a few artists out here that's making a name for themselves and shit, but for the most part, it's the record label. And I don't even blame the artists for this shit. I blame the record labels
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and the
Yep.
people in the position of power because they have a formula for what a hit record, quote unquote, is supposed to be, and they want all the artists to sound like that shit. You know what I mean? Like they need you halfway singing, halfway rapping.
Rapping, yep.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's the reason why the Grammys took away that category. You know, because it used to be a category where you had R&B and then you had a hip hop category. Now they just
Mhm.
merged the two. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
all
And
one.
they
Yeah.
just one. And now that shit is right up on our They did it right up on our noses and shit, man. When we was coming up, you had an R&B Grammy, as a nomination, or you had a hip hop nomination. And
Mhm.
now they just took that whole shit and just created one whole genre, man. And that shit is, to me, the true artisanship of being an R&B artist, because I don't want to take anything away from the hip hop artist, because that shit's artistry too.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly feel like if you gave me enough time and you gave me a ghostwriter, you know what I'm saying, and like I said, enough time in the studio, I could rap, but
Mm-hmm.
I can't make a nigga sing who ain't got a voice. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a
Absolutely,
fact.
So
bro.
that's
Absolutely.
so that's
Cause I
not so
just
that's
I look like I could sing, but
you
You
feel
look
me?
I
like an
grew up
R&B nigga. You
in
look
church. You know what I'm saying?
There,
So
now
I ain't gonna front, Mike. I grew up in church, so a lot
my
of
nigga, you
times
just
they would
mellow
be
right
like,
now.
"You look like you could sing," and then I sing, and they be like, "All
You,
right, Mel,"
you
and
look
they
like
start pushing me
you
a
look
little
like
bit.
a baby Barry White right now. You do
Nah,
look
my
like baby
nigga,
Barry White. I go for
yeah, my nigga, you look Don Mello right now too. Like you look
But I can't
Thomas,
sing then, brother.
Thomas on these niggas, bro. You look real emotional right now, my nigga. Real mellow, bro. Real mellow.
It's that peach.
Yeah, that's
you
what's
got
hurting.
peeps.
That's what's hurting right now. That's what's killing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
See, I
But
told you when we was in middle school and he started
Yeah,
singing
that's your
and you ain't
man.
listen
yeah,
to
That's
me.
your
on the
man.
corner, bro. He was on the corner, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yo, this whole thing is hip hop, B. You know what I'm saying? What's on the rise for you guys? You know what I mean? Like,
What do you got coming next?
yeah, what you got coming next, man? Cause y'all just did the sixth album, so y'all
And we
working on
got
the seventh joint.
no, the EP's coming. That's in May, and yeah, so we doing that shit, man. Like the only thing artists can do at this point, like we in the works for doing like this virtual show. So us and Jagged Edge, we're trying to do this streaming. Trying to do it online and shit, man. So eventually niggas was gonna find a way to monetize that shit. So
Yeah,
that's what
absolutely. Yup, yup,
right
yup.
now. You know what I mean? So that's we're in talks right now with this whole streaming, venture to see if we can get a concert and get people to watch it online and shit like that. So that's the next move for us right now. The EP, that move, and then just service the music, man. Like the only thing we can do right now is that online shit and just keep putting out music, man. So
Right
that's
now,
that's
yeah,
what we.
exactly. Yup, yup.
There's no touring right now. It's absolutely no touring. So the best thing is get your catalog up. So that's
Yep,
what we
Yeah.
are
yep,
right now.
exactly. Yup,
Mad remixes.
Don't remixes. I'm singing with everybody, my nigga.
Yeah.
Everybody. Katy
Yeah.
Perry, what's happening?
Yeah.
Holla at
Yo, if you could say, yo, damn, I wish we would have worked with this dude, who would it be?
Kurt Cobain.
Kurt
Kurt
Cobain.
Kurt
Ooh,
Cobain.
that's a nice one, bro.
Yeah,
I love
bro.
Kurt Cobain, bro.
Kurt Cobain was bro. He was illmatic, bro. Like
Yeah,
that.
he was
Like, he had
crazy.
his issues, my nigga. But that nigga musically, bro, was like he made the simple like for you to have for him to have the three chords, like him to work them shits, man. He worked magic. But only using the
Yeah.
three chords at a time on the record, but he made magic.
Nah, Kurt Cobain.
Yeah,
Rest in peace. Word.
super
It's fire.
dope. Yo, what would be
Yep.
the song that you would say, yo, damn, I love to perform this shit. This is the baby.
Player,
Mm.
player. Yeah, I get to really, you know what I'm saying, spread my wings on that shit. You know? So I would definitely say player because you know a lot of people be like, bro, you sound like a preacher, nigga. I don't go to church, but you
Yeah.
know. But you know, I grew up in the church, man, and you know, and I love singing in the choirs and stuff like that, man. So you know, if you don't listen to the message of the song, you know, but if you just listen to our performance of it, man, you know, like okay, these niggas have been in the church before.
Yeah, they've been
But
around. Yeah, they've been around. I used to play the drums in the church,
Facts.
yeah, so I know
okay,
all about that.
all right, so you know, yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
exactly. I know all
yeah,
about
absolutely.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one that I absolutely love. And then Cupid too, man. It's like it's just something about that record,
Something
bro. It's
about
just
that
like the one,
Cupid, man.
yeah,
Cupid. Word.
unorthodox shit on earth, bro. It's like it don't fit any formats. It wasn't even supposed to be, you know, it wasn't even supposed to work at radio, but it did, and it was just amazing. Bro.
It hit heavy.
Yeah, y'all knocked
That
that
Cupid,
thing
my
right out the
nigga.
park with that one, bro. Word.
Absolutely. Word up.
Super tight. You know what I mean? Yo, what about a producer? Living the dead.
A producer who I would love to work with right now.
Yeah.
Um, shit, man, fucking Pharrell, bro. I would love to work with Pharrell.
Yeah.
That should be
Remember when he
nice.
was on that? Remember when he was on that when he had like the Justin Timberlake and you know what I'm saying? Like when
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about,
Yeah.
nigga.
I would love to work with Pharrell and when he was in that zone right there, bro. Like
Yeah,
wherever
he
he
went
was
crazy on that Justin album. I know
Yeah.
exactly what album you're talking about.
at, yeah, bro. He lost his fucking mind on that shit. Bro.
Word.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
That
bro.
boy
So
went nuts.
yeah, man, he was crazy on that shit, bro. Like that was like he's one. I would have loved to work with Dr. Dre, bro.
The Dre's another one. Yeah, that's a fact.
Like his shit was like it's just something about it, man. Like anybody that worked with Dre, bro, it's like you automatically became like a icon, nigga, a legend and shit. Like we took the long way around to the iconic status and shit, man. But like fucking with Dre one time, bro, you in, bro. You in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You in there like swimwear, bro. Like you are in there, bro.
Mm.
But yeah, those two, I would say, between Pharrell and Dre, I would say those two producers.
Okay. Well, you've been doing this, man. Yo, we got a couple chicks that watch live at the barbershop. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So if you can you know what I mean, get them a little backyard barbershop on the outro, how would you serenade these chicks, B?
Let me see. Uh, sitting here thinking about you and all the things we used to do. I never thought that I would lose you, 'cause you always were my boo.
Uh,
Sitting here wondering where we went wrong. 'Cause now they're all alone, wishing you would come back home. So tell me why.
uh.
Yeah.
I'm about to send it to Shorty right now.
Yeah, I mean.
Soon as we finish this shit, I'm sending it to Shorty right now.
Yo, you don't get no better than that, B.
Yeah, absolutely.
Word. Yo, this is live at the barbershop, man. Over here, man, we brought y'all a great interview, man. We brought y'all 112, B. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what it is, man.
Mike, what's good?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Over here,
Hey,
we
bro,
like
I
to
ain't
say,
know it.
if you build a tight foundation, your roof won't collapse. Mr. Mike, 112, what up?
Yeah.
Word up. Word
All
up,
that.
bro.
Yo, we're gonna do a little drop, live at the barbershop. Woo, woo, woo.
All right.
Mhm.
Whenever you ready, Pop.
Yeah, you on that.
All right, cool. What up, y'all? This is Mike from the infamous Group 112, and you're live at the barbershop. Y'all already know what Tizime and is. A-Town, shout to represent this thing, shout it.
Let's show. Yo, Mike. I don't mean to bug you, bro, but you think we can get two more from you? From
Yeah,
our
let's do it.
sister stations?
Okay.
The other one is Social Media House.
Social media house. All right. What up, y'all? This is Mike from the infamous Group 112, and you're chilling in Social Media House, right in Nizal, right next to Room 112.
Hey.
And all that. Yo, and the last one is on Pure Hood Radio.
Pure Hood.
Yup, Pure Hood Radio.
All right. What
Thank
up,
you, man.
y'all?
I
This is
appreciate you. My bad.
Oh, it's all good, bro. Pure
Uh-huh.
Hood.
Pure Hood.
What up, y'all? This is Mike from the infamous Group 112 ATL's finest, and this is Pure Hood. You already nizzo what Tizime and Izzy shouted A-Town and this thing, bro. Pure hood.
Dumb out. Yo, Mike, we appreciate your time, B.
Hey, thank you, bro. Thank you, my brothers. Hey, anytime, man, it's been a pleasure. Y'all boys got me out of this monotony for the day, man, and I appreciate you. Peace and blessings to you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yo, don't forget about Lil Zane, B.
legendary,
We need some Zane
yeah,
on here.
Tell Zane, hit Zane up right
Nigga
now.
right now, bro. I'm gonna call that nigga right now.
You already know, shout
it.
Appreciate your time, shout it.
Hey, shout you know what time it is, folks. Shit.
Folks, shit, goddamn.
Yeah, we wanted a little A on the outro, B.
Hey, A-Town all in this big hole. You already know what time it is.
Yo, I'll be down there soon, Mike. Yo, Mike, we gotta get up. My nigga, word up. Salute.
Yeah, bro. Hey, bro, listen, man. Y'all boy be safe, man. And when y'all get down to the A, come holler at me, bro. I'm gonna DM you my number and all that shit.
Hell yeah, let's
you
do
already
it.
know. Salute, King.
I need
Bang.
Peace.
Oh, yeah. DJ Shabby in the building. What up? Live at the barbershop. What up? You already